Hello and welcome! Today I will point out some references to other anime, fantasy or game media that Overlord incorporated. Please notice that this video will be full of spoilers, so you've been warned. Anyway, let's start with the first one. While there are some obvious Lovecraftian references, such as the Dark Young and the name of an elder goddess Shub-Niggurath, Ainz himself has more than just a few similarities with Azathoth himself, the blind idiot god, a fitting name for both of them. In mythos, Azathoth basically is the first of all supreme beings, surpassing each and every entity in the universe. And the same is stated over and over again about Ainz by every Nazaric NPC. But there's more. In Silent Solitude, the new world is referenced as a relentless dream. And in mythos, our own universe is just a dream of the currently slumbering Azathoth. Basically, this Lovecraftian entity is the embodiment of uncarrying cosmic horror. When he awakes, we won't. The entire universe is gone. No contempt, no intent, just complete indifference. Considering that Ainz almost completely stopped caring about humanity, reducing it to the status of a mere tool to Nazaric, Azathoth's apathy, unawareness, and uncaring nature is reflected in Ainz's characteristics. In a similar fashion, Pandora's actor could be at least in part inspired by Nyan Cat and Hester, the Prince in Yellow. Hester is said to be some kind of octopus that may assume a humanoid form, while Pandora's actor is a humanoid form that assumes the shape of an octopus. Or rather, one of the supreme beings that coincidentally is shaped like Squidward, after a 12-hour shift. Nyan Cat, on the other hand, is portrayed as the most human Lovecraftian horror. This might accord from Among Us character imprinting himself on Pandora's actor. Nyan Cat is also described as a shapeshifter, often assuming a human disguise, sometimes under the pretext of acting for the greater benefit of mankind. So yeah, basically fake Mormon. Also, Nyarlathotep is not completely indifferent to humanity, like the other gods are, but he enjoys to toy with his subjects. So while the shapeshifting aspect of Nyarlathotep's character likely is reflected in the doppelganger Pandora's actor, his sadistic mindset might have served as inspiration for Demiurge, who greatly enjoys every second of skinship with his Abelian sheep. Furthermore, Demiurge, one of the most knowledgeable NPCs, might also be a reference to Azathoth, the most knowledgeable entity in mythos. By the way, if you want to learn more about Lovecraft, I highly recommend you the videos from the Exploring series as a start. You will find the link to his channel down below. And with that, let's move on to the second reference. Fluder Paradane. The Triad Wizard basically is a mix between Saruman and Albus Dumbledore. So let's start with the later. Both Paradane and Dumbledore are in charge of a magic school, and both undertook scouting missions in order to find promising students. In both worlds there is also a Ministry of Magic, an organization that governs the magic affairs of the Empire, or in case of Harry Potter, the hidden magic world in Great Britain. Additionally, their appearance is quite similar. And in the books, Albus Dumbledore is quite a bit weirder and quirkier than in the movies, which further enforces the link between the two characters. But the similarities doesn't end here. While Dumbledore was involved with Nicholas Flamel and the Sorcerer's Stone, an item that grants immortality, Fluder Paradane actually managed to extend his lifespan greatly by using tools and rituals to force cast a certain spell. Furthermore, Albus Dumbledore, despite loving Harry and acting as a surrogate parent, was willing to sacrifice him in order to stop Lord Voldemort. And Fluder Paradane, who raised the Emperor like he was his own son, also was willing to discard of him, but in favor of studying under Ainz Ooal Gown. And this is precisely where the similarities with another well-known wizard starts. Confronted by the powerful Sauron, Saruman saw only one option. If he can't hope to defeat the Dark Lord, he would join him, even if he has to abandon humanity in the process. And there's also a rather direct reference to this very moment. At the end of Book 7, as soon as Ainz takes off one ring, the Triad Wizard yields to the arcane might of his newfound master, betraying every humanoid in the process. just like Saruman did. Also, this orb seems quite familiar, even if it's not directly related to Fludar. And for the third reference, we will take a look at Solitaire, aka This Is Halloween, the anime. Solitaire is an amazing art style, pretty dark undertones, Lovecraftian references, and crazy things going on, such as a nice headmaster or human weapon hybrids. These hybrids may improve upon their weapon form by devouring souls. This concept likely is reflected in the Overlord version of a Soul Eater, a soul-devouring horse. Additionally, the Holy Queen herself became a weapon at some point, but even if she inflicts great moral and light holy damage, her durability stat was terrible. Of course, there are many more references to all sort of fantasy and anime, but we will take a look at them at another time. Over and out.